Dual sight, we have our Terran player from the Team Zenex in the yellow. He needs to not get supply blocked this game. He is.
Zenex Byun.
Zenex Byun, holder of a puppy. That's right, master of puppies. And over here on the right side of the map, master of comebacks. He is our blue Protoss player from the team.
FXO Ozu.
See, I just left the team thing off there. I knew Street Fighter Voice was going to say it for me. It's all good.
You know, the real question is with the Street Fighter Voice guy. That guy's had a lot of voice changes. You know.
Yeah.
Which one's your favorite?
Easily the original.
The original, me too.
Because he sounded most like the Street Fighter Voice. You know, these guys are the Street Fighter Voice, but I like the original. You know, there were rumors going around for a while that Startail Superstar that we're going to see next match was actually the original Street Fighter Voice.
I heard that.
Yeah.
I also heard that Caster Lee did the Street Fighter voice.
You know, both of those guys have voices that you could really see doing that too. Interesting.
I was told that he did it, but then I was told later that that actually wasn't true and that he was joking. So I'm like, I don't know. When he did it, he said that he did. Oh, ooh, guys, this is actually going to be a treat. You're going to see the Wolf Gate in action.
The Wolf Gate.
It's the Wolf Gate, man.
That sounds scary.
You make your second gateway forward, and then you chrono boost out some of your units from there.
There it is, yeah.
Or in this case, you actually make it really early. We were talking about the Street Fighter voice.
Oh no, the SCV's going to see it right away. Oh, he didn't see it. He saw the pylon, but not the gateway. He's going to go back in right away, though. Oh, it got canceled. Never mind. He's like, well, that's a forward pylon.
That's going to be very difficult to make work now, though.
Yeah.
Now, normally what you do with this build is you make a gateway, then you make a stalker out of it. And then, of course, you chrono boost the stalker out. If your opponent doesn't wall, it's very difficult to deal with the pressure.
Yeah.
Now, in this case, Oz might want to try to make use of it still, but it's just going to be so difficult to do. He's going to lose his probe anyways. He can't even go over there and start, open the warp field again.
Yep. So Cybernetics core started right away in the main, and Byun's going to be like, all right, I see. Well, it's just nothing too out of the ordinary here. You just tried to do that forward something. And the thing is Byun doesn't really know what it was supposed to be. He never actually saw the gateway.
Yeah, he didn't see the gateway. It was canceled just before the SCV saw it.
Yep. So for all he knows, it could have been, Void Rail in as well.
Probably what we're going to see now is Oz go for one gate expand. And the problem, unfortunately, though, is his opponent's going to get a free command center. Oz is going to be supply block, gets to make an extra pylon. And he's sending his Zealot out, but there are already 4 Marines that Zealot is going to do absolutely nothing.
Yeah. He's going to be able to just take the towers and chill out.
If the Stalker joins up forces with the Zealot will actually become the sidekick in that pair, and the Zealot actually will be able to do some damage in that case.
Yeah.
But there are 5 Marines in the SCVL. He's making a bunker now as well, and it looks like this dastardly duo in the middle of the map actually isn't going to be able to do as much damage as Oz would like.
The dastardly duo dealing damage deliberately.
Dangerous.
Dang. Wow. We should make a rap album. If football players can do it, why can't StarCraft 2 casters?
That's a good point.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know a lot of football players actually play StarCraft.
Oh.
And that SCV is actually just going to sneak into the base. Byun has a habit of doing that. This series state isn't the first time we've seen him just luckily get SCVs into bases.
Yeah, I mean, he just is really good at it. It seems like luck, but he just is like, well, I know probably what they'll have here, and that means I can get this SCV in and take a look at things. Hard to get stuff past Byun.
Yeah, he's pretty much knows about everything. He knows there are 3 gates going up in the main. He knows the Nexus is there. He knows there's a Scantipede hanging out. He knows the Scantipede is
buddies with Oz. He knows that Scantipede by name.
Yeah. I don't know his name. I can click on him. I can't even find out what his name is.
His name
Byun
is
knows more than me.
Scantipede. FXO Scantipede. It's such a great ID.
It is, man.
We're just full of great IDs today, aren't we?
Hallucination being researched right now for Oz. This is not something you see often in PvT. The only time you ever see this generally is when you use hallucination to give vision to the high ground so that you can warp in DTs or some other unit into the main from a pylon on the low ground.
Well, speaking of DTs, are hallucinated DTs invisible as well? Do they show that little
hallucinated
shimmer?
DTs are actually not something that you can create.
Oh, okay.
Nor can you create hallucinated observers.
That makes sense. Shows you how often I've used hallucinate.
In most cases, the only thing is that get hallucinated
be careful,
Colossi,
Stalker.
Void Rays, or Phoenixes.
Now, the Marauders don't have slow yet. They don't have the concussive shell, so the Stalker will be able to get away okay.
Yeah.
And the Zelt might try to sneak in the back and see what he can see.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's not going to work.
He doesn't have his buddy, man.
Yep.
Can't do it alone.
It's like, where's my dynamic sidekick? Hallucinated Phoenix is going to check things out, report back, let Oz know what's going on here.
Templar Archive's going up very quickly. This is something we saw Oz do last game. He's doing it again here.
He likes to get that pretty quick, it seems.
It's a huge investment to get the fast Templar Archives, and it's something that we've been seeing people try to sneak in earlier and earlier in their play. Like we saw Trickster try to do it the other day. It failed. And Oz actually just canceled his Templar Archives after he scouted what was in the main base.
Ah, okay.
I think realizing that he probably wouldn't be able to hold a timing attack with that.
Yeah, well, Byun this time, rather than go for the quick ghost, has decided to go for the quick Medivacs instead. So that'll be a pretty deadly timing. Can do a lot of damage with that. He'll have Stim. Might even decide to wait for +1, but we'll see. Normally you'd push out about now.
Yeah, it looks like he just wants to be really safe with what he's doing. He got a faster command center, but kept in his base for a while, just mined extra, made more SCVs inside of his main. He's transferring them over now.
I suppose +1 will be finishing about the time he would get to Oz's base if he decides to push out there, as long as he kind of takes his time.
Well, Oz has gone up to 6 gates now. He hasn't used his Twilight Council yet. Doesn't have a Forge either. Just has that Twilight Council just kind of there. He keeps making Temple Archives. Now he's made it again. See if he cancels it.
Byun's got to be a little bit careful about
this is going to be really scary. Phoenix sees that he's continuing to go with this. He actually just does a little
drop.
Marine Scout drop.
Yeah.
Oh, we could get Force Fielded actually and be hit by high ground units and low ground units. Byun's going to be very careful about what he's doing here.
Yeah, he's playing with fire, and not just because he's on that side of the map. So he does pull back. He's okay, I know.
I like that. That was a good one.
It's dangerous over there. I was looking up things about volcanoes on the internet last night. Some pretty cool stuff out there. Some pretty large volcanoes.
Yeah, I always like looking up stuff like that, like looking up stuff about hurricanes,
tornadoes,
natural disasters. It's just cool to look stuff up like that sometimes.
It's interesting.
It's like what our human brains like to do. We like to look up things that destroy us. We're like, oh, and then all we learn is it's not so bad after all. We're like, oh, okay, it's not really that bad. We're actually subconsciously scared of them. We're like, let's learn about this.
It's not so bad. Tell the people of Pompeii that, Wolf. You can't.
Can't.
They've been dead for thousands of years. Actually, it's only like about 2,000.
I had a book about that when I was a kid.
Oh yeah? I've been to Pompeii, actually.
Oh, I haven't been there.
Yeah.
Well, this is a
we'll
pretty
go
big,
sometime. Tomorrow afternoon.
We'll go sometime tomorrow afternoon. That'll be fine. Yeah. Well, this is a pretty big move out by Byun, but I think Oz is completely prepared for this. Now, the problem for Oz is he has no upgrades. He has no forges. His charge is just now finishing. One thing he has going for him, though, is that Byun doesn't have any ghosts for this army, and he's actually going to be able to feed back all these medevacs if he chooses to, and then just crush the army with his charged zealots and sentries.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious as to why Byun hasn't really tried dropping it all yet. You know, he hasn't been very aggressive at all this game, playing very, very passively.
Well, I think the reason is because Oz has actually been playing so defensively. He's he never
prepared.
really feels comfortable, and Byun stims and doesn't attack.
Oh, all right. Both of these guys seem really nervous about this game. Neither one wants to lose at all.
Well, actually, looking at the energy on those medevacs, if he hadn't done that, all of those medevacs would have been in a 1 feedback to kill ratio. He may have actually done that intentionally. Realizing he has no ghost, he has no answer for the feedbacks. He knows there are Templar there.
That's a good point. That'd be really smart if that's what he did.
Yeah, I just saw him stim again. I think that's what he's doing. He stemmed just a few of his units. Here we go. There's so many zealots here for Oz, but he does end up losing 3 of them here.
Now there are some ghosts on the way.
And Storm is done.
Time.
Yeah, there's 1 ghost out, 2 ghosts out, in fact, but they don't have enough energy for EMP. Nice, Storm. It's a lot of Byun's units. Byun is in trouble. I'm not sure if he can hold this attack. He only has one bunker. His ghosts still don't have enough for EMP. I don't think Snipe's going to be as effective as he wants it to be.
Look at that, zoning out the units with Storm while just absolutely wrecking the front of Byun. Oz is looking really good right now.
He still has so many more Storms left as well.
Yeah.
Crushing through the SCVs. It looks like Oz is going to eliminate Byun from the GSL.
Good EMP takes out some of those Templar, but still has enough for Storm left over, and Oz
just
getting
more
and
Storms.
ahead.
So many Storms he had available. He saved those Templar from the start, and I guess I'm starting to figure out how this build works. If your opponent plays passively and you can keep all your energy on your Templar, man, when you engage, you have so many Storms.
Yeah. Well, Byun lost his command center too.
GG!
There it is, and Xenex Byun knocked out of Code A.
And yet another Protoss advances to the round of 16.
Yeah, well, I mean, honestly, it's only a matter of time before we see the balance shift from being very Terran dominant to another race coming up. Protoss are starting to do things a little bit differently. And yeah, we're seeing the results.
Yeah, we definitely are. Byun hasn't practiced TVP as much as other matchups recently, obviously. And he fell down here to Code A, and I'm sad to see him go. He's going to actually have to requalify.
Well, after that awesome game on Teldrim Ultra 2, I mean, this guy has the coolest builds. It's tough to see him go, but nice to see some new blood come in and shake things up a little bit, too.
And then Oz is no longer fresh meat.
Yeah, he's like rare meat. He's like starting to cook a little bit, but, you know, you wouldn't want to...
You know it's the right kind of meat, though. You're just waiting.
Yeah, you're just like looking at it, watching it cook. You're like, that meat's going to be so good someday. It's a really weird way to describe players. Let's
the more
never
we talk
do
about
that
this,
again,
like the more we talk about this, I'm like, we shouldn't be talking like this.
I'm pretty sure that we should actually never compare players to cooking meat. It's because we eat Korean barbecue so much. You know that's why.
That's actually true. We ate some last night.
Yeah.
It was really good.
It was good.
Aren't you guys jealous you can't live in Korea and eat Korean barbecue? There's like a few people here in Korea. Yeah, that's what I was leading to.
Yeah.
There's a few people here who are watching probably who are like, oh, I did last night too.
We met some
a few people in the United States.
Today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A few people in the United States probably went and got Korean barbecue after Moletrap and I suggested it yesterday. Mm-hmm. And definitely come to Korea if you want to try the real thing.
Yeah.
It's good.
Korean barbecue is best in Korea. Go figure.
So much better.
It's really good. So we're going to take a 5-minute break. You guys go get a snack or something like that. Be right back. Willie wears cape. It's going to be Startail Superstar in the GSL coming up next. Don't go anywhere.